Hi, I'm doing this YouTube video on the newborn assessment APGAR scoring. APGAR scoring is a standardized tool used to measure the baby's transition from intrauterine life to extrauterine life. It's done at 1 minute of life and again at 5 minutes of life. It can also be done at 10 minutes if there is any problems. The first thing I would be looking at is the activity. I would be looking at the baby and scoring it a 0 if there's absolutely no activity seen, a 1 if the arms and legs were flexed, and a 2 if there was active movement of both the arms and the legs. The second thing I'm looking at is pulse. I would have feel the umbilical cord and feel for the pulse there. I would score a 0 if the pulse was absent, a 1 if it was below 100, and a 2 if it was above 100 beats per minute, which it should be at. The third category would be grimace, so that would be looking at the reflexes of this baby. 0 again for absolutely no reflexes present. 1 for if the baby was grimacing, especially if we're giving the vitamin K injection or we're doing anything with this baby and it does grimace, it would give a 1. And then it would score a 2 if the baby was sneezing, coughing, and pulling away when we gave that vitamin K injection. The second to last category would be appearance. I would be looking at the color. It would score a 0 if this baby was blue and very pale. A 1 if the baby was generally pink, but the hands and the feet, the acrocyanosis it's referred to because of the baby's immature system as far as right now, would be blue, so that would be a 1. And a 2 would be if the baby is generally pink all over. The last category in which I would be scoring would be respirations. If the respirations were absent, I would be looking again at the rise of the fall of the chest. If they were absent, I would score it a 0. And again, if they were slow and irregular, the baby would score a 1. And if there's good crying, the baby would score a 2. Generally, and that's how we would categorize as far as the APGAR. So it's in 5 sections. It's getting a mark out of 2 with a complete scoring of 10. Generally, most babies will score a 9 out of 10 because they usually lose a point for color, because generally they do have the blue hands and feet, which generally pink up really quickly. So that was my YouTube video on APGAR scoring and the standardized tool used to assess intrauterine, the transition from intrauterine to extrauterine life.